hoping I got like 10 minutes I can invest in this project right now. I don't know, I gotta take off to work in a minute. We'll see. I gotta go to work. It counts as progress, though.
Thought that was its tail.
You're crazy, girl.
It actually feels nice. It's so fun.
Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead, where we have an abundant harvest of snakes. Well, I'm back. It's another day. I was welding a couple of these angle irons together. That's for an upcoming project with here, but right now I'm going to get the one taken care of that Pinkie mentioned.
You also have to make a gate for the mini barn stall.
Oh, yeah.
And probably add another board to make it higher, because the sheep do jump over
They
it.
jump over? I can do that. Hi. That's more work to finish this project. And that's to fix the gate inside the thing. I have this gate, which we got, but it's old and rusty, so these hinges barely want to work. I spent a little bit of time smashing them back and forth off camera to try to work them back and forth a bit. But I'm also gonna hit them with some WD-40 and loosen up those hinges a bit and kind of try to work through this. These seem to be some pretty good points of entry for that, so I'm going to put that in there and just kind of begin that process of starting it. And as it's actually hooked up and in use, then of course that'll work out better and kind of keep it going rather than allowing it to seize up. This was actually this side down, just kind of being exposed to the ground for a while. So that's where more corrosion took place. This is already made up and available, so if I'm able just to kind of restore it a bit, and I could sand this whole thing off, I could give it a new paint job, I could do all that. Maybe sometime in the future I may be more interested in something like that. If so, it's not going to be that hard to unscrew because I'm just screwing this one into the wall. Making sure I've got a good place to screw it in first. I'm not sure. I'll have to go inspect. But I can always just detach it later and put it more in depth, but I'm really just trying to cross this mini barn project off. Wow, that's awesome. Compared to how seized up and frozen they were earlier. This is awesome. Let's head inside the barn and see where we're gonna hook this up and get some screws. Nice. Inside here, the children have asked that I install this gate here and add a board to the top of there, because the sheep can jump over that. So if I add a board to the top of there, install the gate here, that should work better. I've still got to put a board across here. I want to. And if you look, somebody's making a nest in here. So they're going to let a chicken go broody in here. And then we'll kind of keep this thing secure, where if this window is closed and that board's changed or added so that things don't crawl underneath there, and this is kept closed, and I redo the door for there and keep it closed, then it'll be able to safely incubate without possums or raccoons or foxes attacking it or skunks attacking it. But a snake could still get an egg or a chick, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also, I mentioned before that we found a snake skin up there, and had you guys kind of do some guesses of what kind of snake do you think would be on the second floor of here, running around for a bit, living for a bit, and then shedding. You guys put some guesses in a little bit in this video. I'll tell you who we think it was, although I cannot prove it, but I'll tell you who we think it was. But right now, let's get this gate up and start restoring. And I'm thinking as well that this is too wide of a hole for that gate, so I've got a couple ideas. Ooh, also, before I forget, we were going to have the children do a video on just kind of all the new poultry happening, because a lot of things are hatching out. You can see, you know, nests are being made. Guineas are hatching. I think some chicks are coming. The ducks should be hatching some ducks. And then also we have an order of turkeys, which is supposed to be coming in. But that order of turkeys is going to be included in that video. It got postponed a week. It was supposed to be here already. We're not going to be able to get those till they show up, which apparently we're going to have to wait another week for. So that video will be coming out in the future, Lord willing. Yep. Interesting. That's upside down, first of all. And here is that. So as you see, this is not exactly the size that this needs, but I'm thinking if I attach it somewhere over here, put in a good sturdy upright, I might redesign this. Okay, let me think for a moment, because I'm gonna adjust a couple things to make this work, because this is nice and I'd like it to work. But it's not going to work as is, so I got to readjust a couple things. Let me think on that for a second, and I'll show you what we come up with. These holes are big enough that my screw heads fit through them. At least did a minute ago. So I'm just going to tack a little bit of weld in each of those to make them a little smaller so that it successfully holds these screw heads in there. What? Why is that one bigger? Oh, it is bigger. I see. Yeah, you know what? I may have enough that are slightly bigger heads. I'll use these instead, but as you saw, if I did have only ones that were too small, with that welder I could just tack a little bit in there, make the hole smaller, and then it'd work. Let's try this again. A different screw type. That is going to work well, and this has already got a latch thing on here. I'm going to mount a locker latch on there, pack that in, screw that in here, probably put a couple boards there as a gate and screw it in through the top. But I think this is going to be great. It's going to be gate. Great. While I'm doing that, Mama wants me to get some chickens going too. The children have started harvesting our meat chickens. So let me put a couple of these in and then get back on my gate project. It's a balance. A lot of variables here, but I gotta learn how to do them all best at the same time to actually get a good result. This looks like it's gonna be a good result though. We fire this thing up often now that we got it. With these four, I'm thinking of cooking them for a bit on this side, then flipping them, cooking them a bit on the other side, and then probably splitting them open. I just gotta spread this out and stoke it up and shut the door. And there we go, lay those flat, let them smoke up. Let's see what happens. So from here, I'm gonna screw that in from the roof, that one there. Put a couple boards across here. To get those boards, I'm gonna be using some of this stuff. See, that end is still good. This middle is not. And this end is still good. So that can be burned, that can be used. Same thing with these boards here, they're subpar. I've got one there to add for a little higher across here. Also, where I had, see this? It's already got this guy welded on here. So what that's going to do is interact with something like this. Let me pull this out for you. So that's a full kit with a latch like the one that's welded on there, the screws, which I'll use bigger ones, and then this piece. This piece is the one I'm looking for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it here, and then when this door shuts, it'll slide into there and lock itself in place. And then we'll just have to pull this up to let it out. Maybe I'll screw that in there first, show you how that works, and then get the rest of this put in place, because I want to make sure this is at the right spot when I secure everything else. So here again, because one of these was already mounted to here, and it's really, really similar. It's a little bit off, but now if I lift this up, that pops out. See that? Open the gate, and then see, it locks just like that. So while this is connecting good, I want to secure this pole in place. And then here too, I had 6 of the ones with the bigger heads. So here I just doubled up. I just put 2 screws, 2 screws, 2 screws, 2 screws, and then the 3 regular ones there. But that's gonna work great. And boy, I should have shown you before I started beating on that thing how beat up these were. A lot of people would have probably saw it and said, ah, that's seized shut, we don't need to use that. But it works great now. Give it a chance. Don't just give up right away repurposing. Boom, the kids are gonna love this. Let's do this work, and then I'll see what they think. Pinkie really wanted me to do this, so she'll be happy. I shoved that screw through where that thing was so I can see the post right here. So I'll put 2 in over here, 2 in over here, and hold it in place. 180, 190, 190. So we got some heat in there. I'll let it go for a bit more, and I'll check it soon. I think Mama and Pinky just got back from town. Let's see what they're up to, and then show Pinky her request that I just finished. Oh, and then let's talk about that snake. I think I'm gonna flip them, and Pinky's coming out in a minute. Whoa, look at that now. 200, 200, 200, riding even at 200. I know exactly what's happening in there. I know exactly what's going on. It's gonna be a good little bunch of flames right beneath those chickens. Absolutely. So we're gonna rotate them and keep them going. And I've got them centered right over that right now. Gonna do each side for a little bit, then I'm gonna split them and do them, you know, a little bit more. Make sure the whole things are cooked. Then I'll probably hang them up high in a high smoke environment. Maybe throw some of the logs in here, out the back pipe, and smolder that too, just to really, really smoke them. I'm not into a smokeless smoker. I like smoke, so yeah, look at them go. Let's flip them quick, and then we'll check on this lady here. Hi, lady. These guys are the guys in the smoker right now. We got to take out a lot more. It's just I haven't been home lately, but they're ready to go. And then you guys just took who for a ride to town?
Our calf.
Our calf. And what do we name our calf?
Nothing.
Nothing yet?
You're welcome to Spiderweb.
So, Xenia's in here right now. Hey, Mama. And we're going to turn you out on some pasture here in a minute. And then there's the calf. Hey, calf. Why did you take the calf to town?
To get dehorned.
Get her dehorned?
Yeah.
So, Agunda, which was Xenia's mom, had some big horns, and she would try to kill me with them. Xenia's obviously much nicer, but we got her dehorned when she was young. And, yeah, when she was the same age as her calf. And now we got the calf dehorned, and it did well?
Yeah.
How did you get it in the truck so it wouldn't poop or pee?
I put a big white garbage bag around her and I made 2 feet holes. I put her feet through and then I tied it around her waist and it actually worked.
Like a big plastic diaper?
Yep.
Wow. And how did she do on the ride in the vehicle?
She did fine. She just, between the 2 seats, her little face was there and she just would sit there the whole time trying to eat us.
Oh, yeah. And you went to the feed store and then they saw the little cow peeking out of the vehicle too, huh?
Yeah. She was trying to eat everything over there.
Okay. What's going on, Akiva? That thing tries to, whatever you call, shepherd me. Hey, what did you tell me I need to do at the mini barn?
Make a gate and put another, why didn't you eat that? Rail up for the inside of the mini barn.
Yeah, come look. Come look and tell me what you think I did. Yeah, we'll move you guys in a minute. Hold on. Let me show Pinky this first.
Mom.
All right, Pinky, head in and check it out. Per your request.
Oh, wow, this is gonna work a lot better.
Yeah, so that gate is, or this thing is higher now. And the gate, oh yeah, you know how to use those, huh?
Yeah, I like these things.
I was thinking those would work better than clips for you guys. Or you guys used to tie this. And because it was such a long section, they would tie it sideways, which would put the hinges on the ground, and those were like rusted shut. I had to beat them up and then lubricate them to make them work.
At least you were able to do it.
Yeah. And I thought if I was really going like 100% amazing on it, I could just sand down that whole thing and paint it, you know, which maybe we'll do later.
How would you paint it?
What?
How would you paint it?
Whatever color I wanted.
Not white.
No, wait, no, white's not a good color on the homestead. So open that up and swing it shut and see how it works. Oh, what? It didn't work?
There.
Oh, okay, you bounced it.
Yeah.
Check out that pole too. Give it a couple punches. Does that seem stiff? Yeah. So lambs shouldn't be getting through there. They may make it through here. If they do, I can just weld a bar across there to prevent them. But is that what you were looking for?
Yes.
Okay.
This is going to work so much better. Every year we had a lot of problems with moms jumping over, babies stuck in here, and it was just not working out very good. So this is going to work a lot better because now the moms can't get out. And the babies normally don't get out unless they get bigger. So.
Right, they want to be with their mom.
Yeah, when they're small.
Awesome. All right, I'm one step closer to finishing this up and getting on that root cellar.
Yeah, we should have done that when it was really dry.
It is really dry.
It still is.
Yeah, it barely rained today.
Yeah, I'm happy though. It rained.
And now, that snake skin we found up there, what kind do we think it was, Pinky?
Black rat.
She's thinking black rat snake, that's what I think. We've got some black rat snakes here, but these are not the ones that we think laid that. But these are some we've been seeing around here lately. And that biggest one she's got is quite a snake. It's got a massive head. It is definitely full grown. And that one was in somebody's coop in the process of strangling one of their chickens. So they gave us a call to come up and catch it.
There, got it.
Got it? So these are 3 of the same species. They're just different sizes. They're non-venomous. They can bite. And they'll go in there and gobble up like all those eggs in the corner if we let them. Or they'll eat our baby Keats or something. So what are we going to do with them?
Relocate them.
We're going to relocate them. They can be alive. They're not bad snakes. They just aren't the best on a homestead. Unless you got an insane rat problem. Then keep them on the homestead. But we're going to let those go. That's what we think was up in there. What in the world?
They're big.
They are big. Wow. But anyway.
We thought it was we think it was a black rat. And so thank you guys for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you next time. We got to get back to work. Pinky out.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Thumbs up.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.